really curious to hear what Lando has to say. Huh? Sound like Jaeger in there. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Hey, what up? What's up, Mr. K?
Maybe I should stay masked up.
Yeah, probably.
How's the day been, man? Busy day on the radio, huh?
You wouldn't want people to think we're working together.
Exactly. That's why I was out on, you know, hopefully Lang didn't take offense, man. I just, you know, had to paint the picture.
Yeah, I saw it. Smart thinking.
Oh, shit. I was just thinking, I don't know what the next move is, because I was convinced today that this would be enough for them to just fucking seethe and just do something crazy, but nothing happened after the radio show. So
Yeah, I
know
thought
what
they were
next.
gonna bomb that place or something. I was outside waiting.
Was
You
that
like a
you
black
circling in the
Fudo?
Fudo?
Damn right.
Nice.
You freaked us out.
Were you guys on the roof?
No.
No.
I saw a helicopter
Some
up
of us-
on one of them.
Yeah, I was.
Lando and I were in the car out front. We saw you go by like 3 times.
Yeah, you know.
There was apparently 2 people on top of the building that were across from the helicopter.
Yeah, it was locals.
Oh, wow. Way to communicate that, Harry.
Well, it was when we were leaving. They're definitely locals. The thing is, I can't wrap my head around it. Like I was sure they were gonna do something at the radio show, but
Me too.
nothing.
Why did Lang mention Winston Walker?
Can someone share the tea on him?
Yeah, we got proof via remembering from a conversation 6 months ago that Winston Walker is Nick told us for a fact he has 3 cops in his pocket and Winston is one of them.
Well, I got even more proof for you.
Yeah.
Yesterday I went into Parsons, Harry, to look around some more. See if we missed any secret rooms, secret doors, this, that, and the third. When I go in there, I see a Jenny Hall cracked out of her fucking mind. Looks like she got
What?
PTSD. And right around the corner was Winston Walker there with her as well.
Oh shit, that's the 3. It's Jenny Hall, Winston Walker, and fucking what's that game's? Not Ted Bundy. What's his name?
Bundy.
Very sweet.
Jeffrey Bundy.
Jeffrey Bundy. That's it.
Yeah.
Sweets might be involved too.
So I saw them together in there, and Winston
That's
Walker's name
crazy.
has come up on a couple properties and businesses as well as I've done my digging. So, I mean, that checks out.
Yeah. I got
So who's
reason to
next?
think about Jerry Sweets too, but it's just it could all be circumstantial, but it's definitely not adding up in his defense.
Now there may be even more cops. By the way, this one was like a golden fucking oh shit. This one was like a golden nugget just dropped in my lap. I was just looking around. You know, I heard a doctor died, so I was checking out the morgue, a hospital. Then I went to the graveyard. I went into the crypt, and there was just this guy down there sweeping. I said, "What the fuck?" I start talking to him. Well, originally I approached with a gun, you know, to be safe. But I start talking to him. He said he's a graveyard keeper. He keeps the grounds, and you know, I didn't have anything to do at the time, so I said, "Oh, hey, why don't you give me a tour around?" He gave me a tour. Then he showed me Michael Simone's grave, and he told me something very interesting. He said about the day after or right after he was buried and had the funeral or whatever, two things happened. One, some people came and dug up the grave and either took the body or not. He doesn't know. They dug it up and then just refilled it. The cops involved with that, who wouldn't tell him anything or do anything about it, was Jenny Hall,
Jesus
Copper,
Christ.
and Snow.
Copper
And
Snow. Huh?
he told me after that grave was getting vandalized by the Marabuntas. I don't know where the Marabuntas come into this, but
I know exactly where they come into it.
Hmm.
So you know the Rons?
yeah.
Yeah, they're all they're basically Simone Light. They're all involved in Ron Oil.
Yeah.
And I remember there was some beef between the Marabuntas and Ron Oil at the oil field. Nick, I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering correct, Nick hired a bunch of people to go down there and fuck with them.
So then this guy's story does check out.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It just keeps growing and growing, the fucking web.
Yeah.
Are you sure about Snow and Copper? Because we're about to go into business with those fucking rats.
I would be very careful. I mean, Copper definitely had connection when we talked to her and Jenny. Maybe not on Jenny's level. Jenny seemed like she was in fucking love, but I don't know. Based off, I mean, we're hearing from multiple sources that they may have connections. So
they might have been covering up fucking grave digging, Simone's grave.
yeah.
Who is this guy? Is he credible? The grave guy.
Pierce Iron, that's his name, right?
I'm not sure. I should have got his name, but yeah, it seemed like a really good guy. To be honest, solid guy.
Weird as fuck. So, what do you think's going on at Parsons? What the fuck are they doing there? Just some fucking giving therapy to each other because they're all so fucked in the head? Or
Well,
what?
Parsons is definitely owned by Nick Simone, and that's where we've seen all of them when they had their meetings. So I guess they kind of
they
just
probably-
use it as like,
a little safe.
They definitely aren't
house.
going to use it anymore.
oh yeah, that's the second time I went in there. I handcuffed them. Cops swarmed the place, so I had to get out of there quick.
How the fuck did you get in, Kay?
So I grappled in through the. I didn't expect anyone to be there. I was just going to search for some fucking doors and shit. So I grapple in. I clear the first guest house near the pool. I get to the main one, and then boom, I run into them. They see me. I see them. I gotta do what I gotta do. I cuff them up. I think she alerted someone before I could get to her. So I couldn't, unfortunately, question any of them again. But
Do you think we found this? Did you find anything when you were in there?
I found a suspicious door.
But if we went there, do you think we'd be able to get in or hell no?
If we have grapples, I'm all out. You can ramp bikes in there, but there's no way out unless you have a grapple. So that's the thing. Or we
might
kidnap
be-
someone
might
who
be
has
able to find
keys
some
and they open up the
grapples.
gate and they give us a tour. Because there was this door that just didn't make sense. Every other door made sense. This door did not make fucking sense. It just didn't go anywhere. So I really want to check that door out.
But you need grapples. I guess Helly's too fucking sketch.
Yeah, it's gonna draw a lot of attention.
A lot of fucking attention.
Does anyone work at Parsons anymore? Like
People
Pixie?
shut
Yeah,
down.
Pixie Plum does. She
Oh,
actually
that
gave me a
place is-
tour about a week ago. So
We've
Whoa,
been on
whoa,
good
whoa.
terms with her. What if we try to get a tour from her?
Lang mentioned her. I think he wants her to be looked into, by the way. Pixie
God,
Plum.
she's so fucking hot. We really gotta kill her, guys.
Hey, what?
I've been trying to fuck Pixie Plum for 5 years.
Jesus.
Maybe we just look at her phone.
Fine.
Okay, so we need grapples if we were gonna go in.
I can get some in the next day or so. If you guys,
hold on, but we would just be going in there we would just be going in scoping the place out, yeah.
yeah, it'll be a quick in and out search. Boom.
I wonder if Lang could just. Well, if you're with us, that would be an issue.
Well, I mean, I don't have to go with you guys. I've been there. I can kind of direct you to the door I'm talking about. It's right near the main entrance, the front building. You'll see a door to like the right of the main entrance that just doesn't make sense. You'll see if you look around the house.
What's your next move, Kay? I'm curious. I don't know where the fuck to go with this now.
Next move, I'm going after the doctors here. Dahlia Faye, the Bundys, Serge Cross.
You haven't gotten Dahlia yet?
Not yet. Doctors is the only people I haven't gotten yet. Either
'Cause
the Bundy
someone-
doctor, Serge, Dahlia.
Someone said Dahlia got ocean dumped recently, and it wasn't.
That's a
you?
lie. I was just listening to a meeting with Brian Knight and Bill Mays about a secret court case that is going down. Pre-trials tomorrow. Then the case is Tuesday next week for Cy Carter. One of the witnesses involved is Dahlia Faye. She is not dead. Dahlia Faye and Winston Walker. And both of them don't want to show up to the case as they're claiming to be afraid of their lives. But Brian Knight didn't seem to believe that, or the judge. And I think Brian was actually a little suspicious because Brian seems to know a lot about this shit.
Right,
Dahlia Faye, and not Winston Walker. Dahlia Faye and Norman Adams. See the connection?
Winston Walker needs to be picked up.
Does this not make sense to you guys? I mean, think about it, right?
No, that's making a lot of sense.
Well, that's the
Cy
trial,
Carter,
isn't it?
what we
Well,
heard
it's a
earlier.
case against Cy Carter, and the two witnesses against him are Dahlia Faye and Norman Adams, and they don't want to show up. Probably
I'm sure
because
that-
Nick
I'm sure
Simone
Nick
told
told
them
them.
exactly not to.
Stand the fuck down.
But I think they're being forced to show up to this now, is what it sounded
by the
like.
cops. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
If
And he's
you
looking at
found
terrorism,
evidence-
witness tampering. They're going to do it in a secret courthouse. Apparently, there's multiple secret courthouses around the city that we don't know about.
The heck?
The thing is, it would be bad if the cops did force him to show up because they'd 100% lie on the stand and get this psycho kind of out of this shit.
Cy Carter is not getting out because of what happened earlier.
Yeah, so that to me, and Dahlia Faye was very against lying on Twitter today. So the shit I just heard and all that, I mean, Dahlia Faye is definitely a top level target in terms of information.
Someone called the Emperor earlier with a voice changer from a payphone and told him to look into Dahlia Faye.
Oh yeah, she's top 3 for me. Dahlia Faye, Serge Cross, one of the Bundys.
And fuck Serge Cross.
Serge Cross is a massive one. I think he's actually very
We've
deep
been
in
wanting
this.
him for a long time.
He's the
We
most
want history
believable
with
out of
him.
everybody because he climbed the
Yeah.
political ladder, said fuck it, I'm done, and became a criminal again.
We'll see if we can weed them out.
Norman Adams
I think
as well.
Winston's one that's on my list, and I want to.
Yeah, Winston Walker. Really, all these people. I'm gonna try to dive into some doctors though, because I've been kidnapping a lot of cops and a lot of criminals. It's really hard to get them to talk. I'm hoping a doctor might be a little softer. They ain't used to this world. They ain't used to
Yeah.
getting their fucking blood splattered everywhere. Let me get some info out of them.
You haven't had any threats directed at you yet?
No.
You haven't had any groups approach you about anything?
Benji. That's about it.
That was like when it was like the peace shit, right?
That was before Simone shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been laying super low. I haven't been really hanging anywhere.
You able to find Bunny?
No, Bunny's one too. Yeah. I'm
these
gonna just
freaks
start
hang out. Yeah,
try
hard
to
to
ramping
find.
the kidnappings back up too.
Where'd you find these people? Everywhere? 'Cause
You just
I
gotta
would've
look
fuck-
around, know where to look.
You know, if we see any of these fuckers, I could always ring you up.
Yeah, ring me up. I'll come by, scoop them up, do a little alley oop.
Plan B is right across from the Rooster. That's Bunny's storefront. I've seen. I mean, Nancy obviously works with them there, but Bunny and Hardcastle go there like every day. in between the guild hall and Rooster.
Dahlia Faye. Yeah, she does not like y'all. Bunny's around right now. I imagine, based off these tweets, Bunny and Dahlia Faye are close. They were tweeting the same shit. You guys know who died earlier, by the way, yesterday? Dr. Blake or something?
Wasn't around.
Apparently a lot of doctors have been dying. They were talking about it in the meeting just now.
I think it's a lot of doctors that aren't on the same page with Simone.
Holy fuck, you're probably right, because the one that died, I had no, I didn't know who the fuck he was. And I've been looking at every doctor.
I think it's a doctor conspiracy, man. I think it's starting to add up. Every doctor that gets taken out and that's left alone must, the doctors that are left alone must be on his payroll.
Is Lion gonna leak some of those pictures from that picture book too? Or is it tie in too many others?
I don't know, because the thing, it's hard to leak shit and make people actually read it, because that bunny shit is like really fucking long.
Oh, that
Today
story?
we did the Norman Adams, this Waldo shit, and then we also did
The Jenny Hall.
the Jenny Hall one.
I think that bunny one would go hard.
I think we should.
then put
make
one of the-
copies of that note and put them all over town. So
Yeah, and then
people
attach
randomly
one
find
of the pictures. Those little romantic photos in the photo
exactly.
album, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yup,
like a little
yup,
love
yup.
letter.
Oh, well, if you want to, like, make it a smaller amount, I haven't seen all those pictures, but we could print out pamphlets and
Yeah,
some of those
pamphlets.
pictures and then put them in every mailbox, leave them all over the city.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Ooh, that's
because
a
we
good
got the
idea.
Writers Guild, so we can print books, so we could do it without anyone knowing.
Propaganda books against the
On the
Samoans.
cover of
Yeah.
it, put a picture, one of the pictures from that binder I gave you guys. Title, A True Love Story. And then you open it up and it's the fucking
Oh,
just...
we could make physical copies of the Simone files. All these leaks. put 'em
Exactly.
in- put
You
'em
don't
in
have to do it
book-
on Twitter.
Yeah, no, we should make physical copies of all this shit too.
Telling you, dude, the Life Invader slot's open.
I think people
Simone
would.
files would look real good on there.
I think they would read through it more if it was in a pamphlet, because Twitter sometimes hard if you're trying to read like a bunch of shit and people
Yeah.
quadding and everything. It's kind of annoying, but if we could put this in people's hands, they might actually care.
I agree.
Start dropping off stacks on like trays at restaurants.
Yeah, we leave them. We go like slip into all the restaurants and leave them on all the counters everywhere we can. We just leave them.
And what's strange is like all we're hearing is fucking Nick barking like a chihuahua, but Michael's kind of radio fucking silent. So
That is pretty worrying.
because if we really think about it, he's the one we're after, really.
I mean, he's the more dangerous one for sure.
Is there other shit that we learned today that we should pass along? I'm trying to think of all the shit that we talked about today. Lando, you want to tell him your sweets theory?
Oh yeah, my Jerry Sweets theory.
Yeah, me here, because he fucked me over in court.
So Sweets is let me paint the picture for you. So obviously you may or may not have heard Andy went to the ICU. And Andy used to be married to Denzel. She used to be my mother for like the last 2 years, right? So I hear she's in the ICU. I go to the hospital to go see them, and Jerry Sweets immediately, as I walk up, says, "I'm not on the list." Right? Says, "I'm not on the emergency contact list." I say, "What the hell? Why not? I'm her son. I'm trying to get in." And then, this is like over like 15, 20 minutes of arguing. Like, I walk away. My guilty Alex talks some sense into him to let him in. And then I go inside, and I like after I get inside, I'm in there with the HOA who looked like confused why I was in there. And then I was like asking, why wasn't I on the list? and then they were saying, "Oh, you were," and then so Sweets is like, find out he's dating Q, who I call Deborah from the HOA, but then I'm like thinking nothing of it. But then the next day is the wedding of Rod Long, who's Nick Simone's son.
Yep,
apparently.
Rod Long.
Let me tell you, we go in there. Guess who's there? Dressed up, suit and tie, same haircut, sunglasses, looking an awful lot like Nick Simone. Same haircut, same everything.
Jesus.
I forgot some fucking important info. It's because I cooked weekend. This happened on Friday late. Me and Denzel got some info. I think there's a coalition building against this. It's It's correct me if I'm wrong. It's Seaside, Lost,
HOA
and
Lost
HOA.
and Seaside.
They're abandoned together. We got that info on Friday.
Also, speaking
Lost
of
in
that,
Seaside?
yeah,
HOA Lost and
Diamond
Seaside.
Dogs as well, because I saw a yellow page ad today from Reed saying "secret meeting" in all capital letters.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. They're all connected by the same father anyway, so.
Yeah, and Nick was hanging out with the HOA all Friday, and every time I would walk up, he would walk away because I crushed his spirit and will to live in an argument at the wedding.
Who else do you think would be on that little group? What other gangs do you think?
Pretty much anyone.
HOA, Seaside, Lost, Diamond Dogs.
I doubt it's going to be anyone else, honestly.
I think it's just anyone pro Michael, really.
Yeah, that seems about it, connection-wise. Other than that, I mean, cops. That's a gang. Cops, doctors.
And for the HOA, it's more than just the Simone thing, because they got that beef with Lilith now, too, and Hydra.
That's pretty much.
Yeah, I was seeing Andy and fucking Miguel going at each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep an eye out on that shit too. Then, has
Yeah,
anyone seen Flossie?
No.
Nah.
No, but I've been thinking about her a lot, and if I do, I'll let you know.
All right, let me know.
Flossie and Jazz Ryder are two huge pieces.
Yeah.
If I can find them.
They've been on my list since day one, and I've never seen them.
I don't know who the hell Jazz Rider is or looks like.
Jazz Rider has a warehouse near Otto's.
I know Flossie, and I know the voice if I heard her, and that's about it.
You know, if all these groups are fucking allying to go after you guys, are you guys worried even in the slightest?
No, not really worried.
I think a lot of these guys are gonna back the fuck off, to be honest.
Yeah, listen. I don't really know what the fuck they're gonna do, but we'll just see. I mean, we'll just have to see. I'm not worried about it, but you never know. I've been keeping my guard up, moving stealthy.
Fucking Nova and Julio still together?
I was actually just about to link up with Nova after this and talk to her about HOA. I think they may not be anymore. I'm not sure. But I know where allegiance lies with us, so.
I'm trying to think what other groups. I think those four for now. If we learn any other groups, we'll pass them your way.
All right, same here, and we'll be in touch then.
Yeah, I mean that's all we really got. It's kind of like I said. I thought shit was really gonna pop off today, but I don't know. I feel like I just got this bad feeling in my gut that something's brewing.
Something big's coming.
Yeah, I just got that feeling because I just thought today, like, if they're gonna do something dumb and reckless, it would have been at the radio show, but nothing. So I don't know what to think.
There were those people on the roof. Maybe they saw all of us around and got scared off, though. They could have been there trying. We don't know.
No, they were locals, believe it or not, on the fucking roof.
Oh.
All right, keep your guard up, boys. Let me know if anything happens, and I'll let you know if I snag any of
more
them.
dirt, we'll work on the Simone files.
All right, we'll do.
Okay.
Oh, also, if you need any volunteers to go to space for the first time, you know, sign me up, guys. Sign me up.
I'll pass it along.
I want to go to space.
I don't know if I want Bjorn on my ship, though. Bjorn can go on the next ship.
I'm sure we can get you, maybe you could be one of the first ones, in the first rocket up there.
Yeah, now we
Get you a
talking.
special seat.
I'm a K Armstrong, baby. Nova.
The locals need me bad.
Oh my God. Where are you? I just finished up.
Also, and Martini don't even have a gun on me.
I'll be right there.
Trying to kill me, Kay.
Oh, also, chat, why the fuck is the Twitter logo Doge now? Like real life Twitter. The fuck? You guys notice that shit? Yeah, I think Ash called too, but I'm gonna just get to Nova, and I gotta pee so fucking bad, so I need to take a little pee break. First of April's the 3rd. Elon trolling. You know what I probably do? I'm surprised with Twitter Blue, he'll probably make it so people can pay in Doge. I wouldn't be surprised. Because Dogecoin's up 30%. Well, it's probably up 30% because of what he just did.